Hey there everyone, Paolo here, and welcome back. So, I need to do a bit of a channel update. I realize these don't get watched. I'm going to try and keep this concise. If you are here for Star Citizen, I will cover the Star Citizen stuff right at the beginning. Real briefly, before we jump into that, footage in the background was just me playing around, trying to test some of the AI. I noticed yesterday when playing around, I actually went out to Korea, and the first-person shooter NPC AI seemed a lot better. In fact, they almost killed me. Not because they were super dangerous, but they were definitely more dangerous than they were before, and I wasn't prepared because of that. The one guy hit me like 4 or 5 times, and I was down to almost dead by the time I killed him and got a healing syringe off. I was also only in a flight suit, so that didn't help either. Anyway, so I was playing around with some of the AI. You'll see some of it here. It did seem to take a step back. You'll see this in the second half of the video as it moves forward. So the AI on foot, while it was better yesterday, today it's not as bad as it was, but it seems to have regressed somewhat, or the server was acting up. However, the flying AI, so the AI of the ships moving around, I don't know if it's changed, but the ships are moving again. They're not moving at like 5-10 kilometers an hour. They're actually moving at their normal speed. You actually have to turn and engage and fight them a little bit more. So one went up, one went down, the other way, whatever. That's the footage in the background. Okay, I have two major things to talk about here today. The first one is going to be the Star Citizen content, and there's multiple levels to this. Number one, the rate of the content is going to slow down somewhat. Right now, I'm doing 3 or 4 videos a week, depending on how it falls. A video's been coming out every other day. And this was mostly to get through a backlog of a ton of videos I captured during CitizenCon, when we were doing all the loaners. Well, we've gotten through that backlog. In fact, we got through that about 2 weeks ago, and now we're into everything beyond that. But I can't keep that pace up for multiple reasons. One, I don't play Star Citizen enough to keep doing that. I generally play about 5 hours a week, and that's not enough to make a video every other day. But there's also just, we're kind of running out of ships and things to cover. Unless I go in and fly every single variant of every single ship and you just see, oh, this very slight difference, I don't think there's much value in that overall. That doesn't mean we're completely done. There's still a number of ships to cover. There's also things beyond that. But basically, there's going to be one Tour of Duty video a week at this point. I think it's going to be coming on Thursday. There's going to be 2 Star Citizen videos a week in total. I'm going to do a video on Monday and probably a video on Thursday, or Tuesday, Friday, Monday, Friday, something like that is going to be where the videos come out. But I'm thinking like Tour of Duty Thursdays or whatever. And then the other day in the week is going to be some type of tutorial. Be it going over quantum jumps and how to maybe work around the quantum drive not working all the time. I'm sure if you've played much of Star Citizen where you've locked in your target and you're aiming at your destination and you hit and you hold B and everything's all calibrated and nothing happens. Well, there's some workarounds to get it working. They don't 100% work, but there's some things I could do to go into that. So I'm thinking some things along those lines could be added in. That's going to be kind of the tutorial videos that go in. Maybe going into, okay, you want to get to this mission giver, we'll do this first, and then you'll get this, and then that, and do things along that, or tutorials of making money, tutorials on trading, things along those lines will be coming in. Those will probably happen on Monday. Not this next Monday, just because I don't have any of those recorded yet, but they will be coming up. We'll still do probably a Tour of Duty on Monday and Thursday of this next week before I get some other videos caught up. We're also, like I said, we are running out of ships. I do have within my own fleet that I still haven't done. I have the Sabre and the Vanguard. The Sabre I've been holding off because I wanted to get better with my joystick. The flying right now is just not very good. Even with the joystick, there's something weird about the flying compared to going back 3 or 4 patches ago, where the flying felt a lot better and the dogfighting felt a lot better. Even taking into Arena Commander, there's like more of a dead zone, and then you go from the dead zone to like 90% maneuvering thruster right away. It's hard to really tweak in a little bit here or there with the current flight system. So because of that, the Sabre is very tough to fly. Then the Vanguard is also getting reworked in 3.5. Now, it's not a massive rework, but they are changing a bit of the hull. The main central area is getting redone, and I'm not sure what other things are going to change. I know the ramp's changing, so they're all going to be based off kind of the Hoplite series rather than the Vanguard, Warden. I forget what the other 2 are. Rather than those 3 being different from the Hoplite, they're all going to be on the same chassis now. So I'm kind of like, do I do a Vanguard video now? Do I wait? I could double dip. I could do one now because it is my most used ship by a long long margin or large margin. So I do have a lot of thoughts and opinions on the Vanguard, and then I could do an updated video later on. We'll see. It really depends. Beyond those ships, though, let's see. I'm looking, people, if you have a loaner ship you want to see covered, let me know. I'm in particular looking for the Caterpillar, the 600 series, and the Anvil Hawk. Those are the three I really would like to get my hands on. There's some other odds and end ones. There is the Hammerhead that's not been covered here. I'm kind of slow on that one because the Hammerhead was covered in depth by everybody when 3.4 dropped. When that thing came out, there was dozens, hundreds of videos that went up on the Hammerhead. So if you're looking for Hammerhead footage, it's out there. You don't need to come to me. So that one's also in there. Then there's some other odd and end ones like the 300 series, which is also getting a rework for 3.5. There's a few of the racing ships I haven't really covered, and a few other little odds and ends. But for the most part, we're down to the last 10 to 12 ships that really are available for us to cover. Next patch, though, will be the Banu Defender, adding one additional one in there, but still, we're rather limited. But if you do have one of those ships and you want to loan it to me for a couple of hours to gather some footage, I need it for probably about 2 hours in total, 45 minutes to an hour initially to get a feel for it, and then an hour to record the footage I need. That would be awesome. Send me a message either here on YouTube or leave a comment down below, and I'll get in touch with you via YouTube, and we'll figure something out. That'd be really cool to do. Beyond those, though, that doesn't mean the end of the tutorials, or not tutorials, the tour of duties. I do plan on, right now, I'm already starting to gather the funds in order to buy all the infantry weapons. So there's going to be a tour of duty of, here's the infantry weapons, here's your this, and this. This is just some basic rounds fired down range. We might just go shoot at a rock, or I might try and engage at Korea and get that a whole bunch of times. Depends on how much free time I have to spawn missions with AI to go shoot with or not, but you'll see all the different infantry weapons. I plan on doing a video covering all the different armors you can get. So here are all the helmets, here are all the chest piece, arms, legs. That way you can see the different armors, maybe where they're bought at and stuff. Cover that. I plan to do the same thing then with ship weapons. That one logistically is a lot more complicated, because not only do I need to earn the weapons in-game, be able to buy them somewhere or whatever and get the money to buy them. You also have to have duplicates in case you lose the ship for whatever reason, it despawns or whatever, and you got to insurance claim it, you lose the weapon. So I need a lot of credits for that, but then I also need a ship with the hard points that can mount it. Right, so there's just a lot of logistics involved there. That would probably be, I'm thinking, 3 videos. Size 1 to 2 weapons, size 3 to 4, and then size 5 to 6. And then maybe others for missiles and anything larger than that, if there are even weapons larger than that we can currently acquire. I think they stop at 6. It might actually be 5. Anyway, you get the idea. So there's going to be that. And then there will also probably be a video on components. So the coolers, the power plants, and the shields. And just kind of, here's your Class A, Class B, Class C, yada, 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 for those. And just some basic demonstrations of them. So that's kind of going to be the Tour of Duty series going forward. As I said, I'm going to be doing some more in-depth tutorial series. And they will be 2 videos a week now rather than 3 or 4 videos a week. Okay, outside of Star Citizen, the channel is going to be going through a name change. I used to be, I forget what it was. I think it was Powler Plays is what it was called. And I wanted to find, when I rebranded the channel like 4 years ago, I wanted like a name that it could be youtube.com/something. And it ended up coming across Epic Fail Gaming. I was a little more motivated at start at all this back then. And I realize now, like, this is just not going to work. I don't have that drive. I have a good enough job. I'm not going to push for this to be my primary thing. And as it stands right now, me going by Powler in everything anywhere else, and the only thing I have is my channel name being Epic Fail Gaming, doesn't really make sense. So I'm going to be changing that. I don't know exactly what it's going to be. It might just be Powler, similar to like my favorite YouTubers, Matimio, Jack Frags, or whatever, the guys that where it's just their name. It always in my mind sounded a little weird, like I'm going to go to blank. Well, I do that anyway. Like I go to Jack Frags, I go to Powler, you go to the Star Citizen channel, whatever. So having it just be Powler would probably work. It could also be Powler Plays again, or Gaming with Powler, whatever. But the channel is going to change to something that just makes a little more sense. For the most part, I don't think the URL will change at all. At least not the more complex URL will change, the actual acronym. May. But for the most part, you shouldn't have to do anything. But if you do see all of a sudden the icons, everything change, that's what's happened. I'm going through, I just got to figure out over the next 48 hours what I want to call it, and then just apply. And it only takes it a moment to apply once I do get everything figured out. But you will see a name change. Then lastly, a few little short odds and ends. The Dark Souls series is going to continue. I have currently 4 videos ready to be rendered on that. I'm going to push through and finish that off. I realize nobody watches it. That's more for me. And that's fine, but the Dark Souls series is going to continue. The Warframe series is dead. I think I did 3-4 videos on it, and frankly, they're terrible videos. In fact, when this video goes up, I'm probably going to be deleting those. Just getting them off the channel entirely, as they're awful. There's plenty of good content makers, content creators out there for Warframe, and mine weren't going to add anything to it. They weren't going to help anywhere. They just kind of sucked, so they're going to go away. There will still be more of the while we wait videos, more than one. So far there's only been one. I have Rebel Galaxy ready to go. I can't wait for the new Rebel Galaxy. That'll be covered. I gotta figure out where I want to actually tweak that in. Like, Ace Combat 7 is coming out here. Does that fit in there? I don't know. It's not really it's definitely not a space simulator. It's not even really a simulator, but some people might care. I might put a short video up there like that. So there probably will still be 3 videos a week. At least that's what I'm going to be aiming for. The third one, though, is just going to be kind of odd stuff out. Either Dark Souls or Ace Combat, Rebel Galaxy, one of these other things will be going up on the channel probably on Saturday, Sunday, one of those days, and we'll go from there. So I think that pretty much covers it. I do want to welcome all the new subscribers. I've actually picked up a number of subscribers since I started going back, and it's amazing. When you put out content reliably, apparently the algorithm pushes your channel, and people are like, hey, I'll subscribe to that, I'll subscribe to that. I think the new microphone, or the same microphone but not broken microphone, helps a little bit. I've also tweaked my audio settings, so hopefully there's less of those hard S's in there really hurting your eardrums. But yeah, anyway, welcome new people. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments down below. Again, looking for any loaners, Caterpillar, 600 series, Hawk. All right, guys, until next time, this has been Paller. Thanks for watching.